Hello everyone, this is Healslime. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Quest VII, Fragments of the Forgotten Past for the 3DS. Previously, the party opened up the 4th region and found the town of Larka. Something strange is going on there. Lots of animals, and humans that can't speak. A seemingly ordinary settlement. Our heroes complete another tablet and are whisked away to a brand new island. This time, however, the town they find doesn't seem to have been struck by any tragedy at all. A child in chains. In a shed at the edge of town, the party find a little boy chained to a wooden post. He looks like he's really suffering, but it doesn't seem like there's anything the friends can do to help. But it does seem like the cow who's sharing a shed with the boy is trying to tell them something. A very strange situation. We are here in the present to find the Woodcutter. What are we doing here? Surely there isn't anyone in Pilchard Bay who can talk to animals. Fish maybe, but not animals. Hey Dazzle, have you ever been to those woods to the west? I heard there's a man there who lives all on his own, with only the creatures of the forest for company. I know it's a bit of a long shot, but if anyone's learned how to speak animal, it's got to be him. Yep, that Woodcutter. Is there anyone who can talk to animals on Estard? It does ring a bell somehow, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I know there's a fellow here who really likes animals, but whether or not he can actually talk to them... well, we shall see. Time to visit the Woodcutter. Actually, I do remember hearing about some strange man who lives in these woods and spends all his time talking to animals. Goodness knows if he can actually understand what they're saying, but I suppose there's no harm in asking. Of course, that Woodcutter fellow who lives in these woods is always talking to animals. Come on, Dazzle, let's go and pay him a visit. Yep, let's do. Oh, hello, kitty. Purr. Purr. Oh, Mr. Woodcutter. Here he is. Ho 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 ho! So you've got yourself a little girlfriend now, have you? Dearie me, I remember when you were just a little kitten. Look at you now, eh? Meow. Meow. Was he talking to that cat just now? It's all a bit too strange for my liking, but we're here now. We might as well ask him if he can help. Well, go on, Dazzle, what are you waiting for? Did you see that? He was talking to the cat. No doubt about it. If he can talk to a cat, I bet he'll be able to talk to all the animals in that town, too. Meow. Hello, cat. Good day, Mr. Woodcutter. Well, hello there. Goodness me, you look very serious indeed. Ho ho, do you need my help with something, is that it? What's that? You've gone and found yourselves a town that's chock-a-block with animals, and the people there can't talk? Ho 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 ho, you youngsters and your japes! Just because I live in the middle of the forest doesn't mean I'll fall for any old tall tale, you know. Anyway, the local creatures bring me all the latest news from around the island. I'm sure I'd have heard if there was a town like that out there. Meow. Meow meow. What's that, my furry little friend? These travelers' tales have piqued your curiosity? Meow. Purr. Purr. Really? You think I should go with them and see if they're telling the truth or not? Meow meow. Meow. Meow meow. Ho 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 ho. Well, I suppose you're right about that. If I don't go with them, they'll never be able to understand a word these animals are saying. Righty-ho then. I'll come and take a look at this town of yours, shall I? After all, if what you say is true, it sounds like you'll be needing my help. Let's get moving, shall we? The woodcutter joins the party. Welcome along, woodcutter. I'm not going to believe that someone can talk to animals unless I see it with my own eyes. So let's go back to that strange town and put this fellow to the test. I'm keen to see this weird and wonderful animal town for myself. If we're all ready to go, lead the way, Dazzle. Maybe we'll be able to find out what that town is all about now. Come on, Dazzle, let's go. Enter the woodcutter. Our heroes return to Estard and pay a visit to the woodcutter, who's supposed to be able to talk to animals. Perhaps if they can convince him to come with them to the town that they've found, they might be able to work out what's been going on there. The woodcutter readily agrees to join the party, and they all head back to the new island together. Meow. Alright. And to the north here, we find a squirrel. Squee, squee, squee. The squirrel is holding a nut in its little paws. It seems to be trying to give it to Dazzle. Take the nut? Absolutely. Dazzle receives a seed of magic. Thank you very much, squirrel. Squee, squee, squee. Hee, I think that squirrel liked you, Dazzle. He must have taken one look at that face of yours and thought you were one of his own. Nice, Maribel. Ha ha ha! Did that squirrel just give you a present? Well, you deserve it, Dazzle. Even the animals of the forest know a good egg when they see one. Ho ho ho! That little fellow is usually the first one to run away at the sight of strangers. He must have noticed what a jolly nice person you are, Dazzle. Ho ho ho! So now we have another seed of magic. Thank you, squirrel. Now then, we'll zoom back to the Shrine of Mysteries. You really do know a lot of weirdos, don't you? I wonder what attracts them to you. You might tell me sometime. Alright, now that we've got our interpreter sorted, we can find out what's going on in that town. Ho ho ho! Is this really the way to the town you mentioned? How strange that my little forest friends never mentioned such a place. Not even those bears. Those urban legend bears. Hello again. And we're going back to Larka. Let's head back to that town and find out what's really going on. I'm not at all convinced that this man can talk to animals. If you ask me, he's a few sandwiches short of a picnic. Still, it seems we've no choice but to trust him and hope for the best. Ho ho ho! This doesn't look like Estard. Where in the world are you youngsters taking me, eh? You'll find out. Back to Larka. Hello, dog. Ho 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 ho! It looks like you youngsters weren't pulling my leg after all. This town really is full of animals. Righty-ho then. Let's see what they've got to say for themselves, shall we? Indeed. Well, well, aren't you a handsome fellow? Now, there's no need to be afraid. We just want to ask you what's going on here, that's all. Bow bow. What was that? Sorry, little fellow. Could you repeat that for me? Bow bow. Dearie me, I've no idea why, but I can't seem to understand a word he's saying. How terribly peculiar. Let's try talking to some more of these animals, shall we? Perhaps I'll have better luck elsewhere. Curious. Oh, for goodness sake, if this fellow can't understand what the animals are saying, then we're really up the creek. Humph, is this man even trying? Maybe these animals speak a different language to the ones back home. We kind of are in a different world after all. If the woodcutter can't tell us what the animals are trying to say, we might have to call it a day here. An odd town full of animals. Our heroes return to the animal-filled town with the woodcutter in tow. He tries his best to talk to a local animal or two, and although he should be able to converse with them, it seems they can't understand each other at all. There's something strange going on here. The woodcutter tells the party that they should try talking to all the animals. What in the world could be going on? Hey, horsey. He. I never thought I'd come across an animal I couldn't talk to. This is most discouraging, I have to say. Well, let's try something else then. How about this lady? I thought it was the animals we were supposed to be talking to. Didn't you say that the humans in this town were unable to speak? But hold on a moment. What in the name of creation? I must say, I've never seen anything quite like this before. Yes, this isn't a human at all. She might look like one, but she's all cat on the inside. Ho 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 ho! Well, there's a turn up for the books. This means we can have a good old chinwag. Now, there's no need to be afraid. We just want to ask you what's going on here, that's all. Is that so? Go on. Well now. It seems that many years ago, this little town was attacked by a fearsome monster, but that monster was driven out by a pack of benevolent white wolves. These brave champions of the innocent stood alongside one another in an attempt to repel the threat. But the monster was very powerful, and one by one, the wolves began to fall. What a tale! Let's talk to some more of these animals in human form and find out what happened next, shall we? Benevolent white wolves? Wolves don't strike me as the most benevolent of creatures, I must say. Maybe that legend is the key to unlocking this mystery. Is the woodcutter pulling our leg or what? The idea that that person was actually an animal. It's unbelievable. Very curious indeed. Humans who can't converse. The party try talking to the humans who live in the animal-filled town, but can't seem to get through to them at all. The woodcutter, however, is able to understand them easily. Which can mean only one thing. They're not humans at all, they're animals. The woodcutter tells the party that they should try talking to more of the animals in human form. Maybe that way they'll be able to find out more about the transformation that's taken place in the town. Legend of the White Wolves, Part 1. The woodcutter tells the party what the animals in human form have told him so far. It seems that long, long ago, the town was attacked by a fearsome monster. The white wolves who watched over the land fought valiantly to drive the fiend away. Alas, the creature was too strong, and the white wolves perished one by one. What a cliffhanger! The woodcutter urges our heroes to talk to more animals so they can find out what happens next. So, time to find another. The human in this corral looks like a likely choice. Yes, this fellow isn't a human at all. He might look like one, but he's all horse on the inside. Ho 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 ho! Well, there's a turn up for the books. This means we can have a good old chinwag. Now there's no need to be afraid. We just want to ask you what's going on here, that's all. Is that so? Go on. Well now. After a long, hard battle, the remaining white wolves managed to lure the monster into a sacred mountain cave known as the Grotta del Sigillo, the Cave of the Seal, where they sealed it away, blocking the entrance with an enormous rock. The monster put up a brutal fight, however, and only one white wolf survived, an expectant mother heavy with cubs. And there she was, all alone, her friends having sacrificed themselves in order to seal away the beast. What a tale! Let's talk to some more of these animals in human form and find out what happened next, shall we? These white wolves, they sound pretty interesting, don't you think? The Grotta del... what? I wonder where we might find a place like that. Where indeed? Legend of the White Wolves, Part 2. Apparently, after a long, hard battle, the white wolves were able to drive the monster into a cave in the mountains. They placed a large rock over the entrance and sealed the fiend away forever. Alas, the conflict took a huge toll on the wolves. Only one of them survived, and she was pregnant at the time. The town was saved thanks to the sacrifice of the noble creatures, but then... there must be more to the story than that. The woodcutter urges our friends to talk to more animals in order to find out what happens next. So let's find another apparent human. This fellow. Yes, this little fellow isn't human at all. He might look like one, but he's all dog on the inside. Woof woof. Ho ho ho. Well, there's a turn up for the books. This means we can have a good old chinwag. Now there's no need to be afraid. We just want to ask you what's going on here, that's all. Is that so? Go on. Well now. After all these years of peace, the town has been attacked again, and only a few days ago. Apparently, a terrifying creature came and turned all the people into animals, and animals into people. Well, that explains it. Ho ho! That's why everything's in such a muddle. What a tale! Let's talk to some more of these animals in human form and find out what happened next, shall we? I should have known that a monster was behind all this. The fiend used its magic to turn the whole town upside down. All the people were turned into animals, and the animals into people, but it doesn't make any sense. Why would anyone do that? Indeed. The truth about the animals. So the town was saved by the white wolves, but then, only recently, it was attacked once again by a terrifying monster. The callous creature used its magical powers to turn every human in town into an animal, and vice versa. So the animals really are humans after all. There's still more to the story, though. The Woodcutter encourages our heroes to keep talking to the locals. Should be one more to find in this house. This lady in bed. Yes, this little fellow isn't a human at all. He might look like one, but he's all dog on the inside. Ho 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 ho! Well, there's a turn up for the books. This means we can have a good old chinwag. Now there's no need to be afraid. We just want to ask you what's going on here, that's all. Is that so? Go on. Well now. It seems the fiend who attacked the town just recently came from the mountain to the west. Oh my, and that's exactly where the white wolves sealed away the other monster all those years ago. It sounds as if something very worrying indeed must be going on up there. Well, we've certainly got a better idea about what's going on now at least. Although I worry I may have lost the thread there a little amongst all the excitement. Why don't I try and piece things together and put the story in order for us, eh? Go ahead. Ho ho, very well. This might take a while, but you'd do well to listen carefully. A long, long time ago, this town was attacked by a terrifying monster. That's when the white wolves appeared to fight the creature off. After a long, hard battle, the wolves managed to seal the monster away in a mountain cave known as the Grotta del Sigillo. Alas, only one wolf lived to tell the tale, a mother-to-be no less. In other words, the monster was successfully sealed away, but at a terrible cost to the wolves who came to protect the town. There. That's the part of the story dealing with the olden days over and done with. Did you get all of that? Yes, sir. Righty-ho. Now, after the monster was sealed away, the local people went about their lives in peace, until a few days ago, that is. That's when the monster struck again, turning all the animals into humans, and the humans into animals, then disappearing back off to the mountain in the west. All of which suggests that there might be some sort of terrible trouble brewing up there. Ho ho, that was a long old tale, wasn't it? Were you able to follow it all? Yes, sir. Lovely, that's good to hear. I always knew you were a sharp one, Davalos. Don't hesitate to ask if you want me to run you through it again, though. Strange goings-on at the Grotta. It seems the monster who attacked the town came from the mountain to the west. There must be something unusual going on up at the Grotta del Sigillo. And one last bit. We have to go to the northeast shed. And help this poor fellow. Whine. His collar is very tight and looks painful. Goodness me, it's barbaric keeping a youngster chained up like this. And look how tight his collar is. The poor lad can barely breathe. He must be in so much pain. We need to set him free right away. I think my penknife should cut through that collar. Let me just give it a try. There, it's off. Well, my boy, how does that? Oh, he's off. Hey, where are you? Wait, wait! Blimey, that boy can move. Ho 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 ho! He's a live one, eh? Still, it's a relief to see he's still healthy after what he's been through. Now listen, Dazzle. We've got to do something to bring all the animals and humans in this town back to normal. And if you ask me, the key to doing that is to be found up that mountain to the west we've been hearing about. Now, I'm sure you're planning to head over there anyway, so you won't mind if I come along with you. Ho 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 ho! Indeed. So we'll be heading west to the Grotta. The monster who attacked the town has holed himself up in the mountain to the west by the sounds of it. Where did that little boy run off to? I hope he knows enough to give that big mountain a wide berth. Oh, dearie me, dearie me. I've got a very bad feeling about this. Let's hurry, Dazzle. We've got to get to that western mountain as quickly as we can. So, to the western mountain. To the west part of the region. This way for Grotta del Sigillo. Trespassers beware! The monster who attacked the town has holed himself up in the mountain to the west by the sounds of it. Hello, Tongue Fu Fighters! Well, here we are. The Grotta del Sigillo. Well, here we are. Everything points to this mountain being the source of all that town's troubles. Well, Dazzle, what are you waiting for? Let's climb this thing. Ho ho! This is a big old mountain, isn't it? I hope my knees are up for the climb. A child unchained. Thanks to the woodcutter, the boy in the barn is set free from his chains. But the second he's released, he runs off without saying a word. Luckily, the woodcutter doesn't seem too worried. In fact, he says it's good to see the boy in such high spirits. He also says that the party's priority right now should be to reverse the switch that's taken place in town. And that in order to do that, they had better go to the Grotta del Sigillo and see what's going on there. Well, hello there, Wolf. Look, over there. It's a wolf. In here now. This cave's full of twists and turns, isn't it? I hope we don't get lost. You do know which way you're supposed to go, don't you? Then get walking, mister. I wonder where that beautiful wolf ran off to. Got a snake. Crested Vipers. So long, snakies. And here we find a treasure chest with 120 gold. Very nice indeed. North now. Hello, Healslime. So long, Healslimes. And more. Now we have a freight crawler. Run off, Krabby. What's up, Smashin' Crabs? Anything this way? Aside from a snake? Got the drop on them. Farewell, foes. And Kiefer reaches level 11. Congrats, Kiefer. Level 11. Nothing there. So we'll go east. Another snake. Now upstairs. This cave's full of twists and turns, isn't it? I hope we don't get lost. Ho ho, it's a bit gloomy in here, isn't it? Hello, Snaky. The Crested Viper gets up. Let's send it to Monster Meadows. Our first monster for the meadows. There are monsters around every corner. Let's not let our guard down. Nothing in there. Not from that entrance, anyway. A bit crabby, eh? Farewell, foes. And Maribel reaches level 11. And learns Dazzle. Congrats, Maribel. Level 11. Now with Dazzle, Dazzle will blind a group of enemies. Goodbye, crabs. Little jerk. Continuing on. What's up, enemies? Farewell. More foes. Goodbye, foes. More foes. That won't help you. Farewell, enemies. A treasure? A Healslime Heart. Fantastic! So we now have a Healslime Heart. Holding it, one can almost imagine life as a monster. And a chest here, with a seed of strength. Out of the way, buddy. That's right, run off. Goodbye, enemies. In here now. And we have a fragment. And quillers. Quill 'em! Quill 'em all! And here we find another Blue Fragment. Blue Fragment 3. So we now have Blue Fragment 3. Number 3, from level 2 of this grotto. Now to the south. Continuing on, then upstairs. I'm dead on my feet from the walk over, so no unnecessary detours, okay? I wonder where that beautiful wolf ran off to. There are monsters around every corner. Let's not let our guard down. What's up, you jerks? Still giving us little devils. Not as bad as they used to be. Farewell, foes. A muddy hand? Nothing down here. Just a skeleton. Well, hello there. Farewell. A muddy hand. They like to call for backup. And Davos reaches level 11. Congrats, Davos, level 11. Anything up this way? There's a fragment up there, but we cannot get to it from here. Another hand. Very nice, Maribel. Done in one round. Keep away from the edge, Davos. You wouldn't want to fall from all the way up here. Ah, there's nothing better than a lungful of crisp, clear mountain air, eh? Looks like we're nearly at the top of the mountain. One last push, Davos. Now we have a pea hooter and nutters. Farewell, enemies. A nutter and a pea hooter. Hahaha. Enough missing. Goodbye, enemies. Some kingfishers. Goodbye, kingfishers. Hey, look, it's open. Come on, let's go and take a look inside. Someone rolled that stone away. Some mouse naps and a pea-hooter. Farewell, enemies. Bye-bye, enemies. So long, pea-hooters. And here now. What's up, monsters? Got the drop on them. Farewell, foes. And here we find Another blue fragment. Blue fragment 4. So we now have blue fragment 4. What awaits within? Davos and company arrive at the Grotta del Sigillo to find that the rock that was used to seal the cave mouth has been removed, which leads them to wonder what might be waiting inside. I'll hand out some medicinal herbs. And quick save here. Next time, we'll see what awaits behind where that stone was. This is Hey Rotlinia. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.